What's up everybody, Smyers here. Today I want to show you to make the lead to Biochemical by Martin Garrix and Seth Hills. Now before we get started today, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and remember to give this video a like if you want to see more videos like this. Let me go ahead and show you the lead. Now I have a few layers here. This is the main layer. I feel like in the song he brings in some other layers underneath this main lead sound. So this is the main lead sound. That's kind of the melody for that main lead. And then I feel like throughout the song, he brings in these saw wave layers that sound like this. And then there's like a higher one that comes in that sounds like this. And then I have the lead grouped together and then just sidechained with a kickstart to get a bit of a pumping effect. And you can play around with the amount on this kickstart. So let me go ahead and just take that off, the kickstart, because we don't need that as I'm showing you how to make this. Let's check out the MIDI for this high saw wave layer, and it's going to be the same for that low saw wave layer. They are actually the same sound, but just an octave lower. And let's open up Serum. I'll show you how I made that. It is going to be 4 layers of just a saw wave. And let me check the width here. That's set at 100. 4 unison, voices of unison. This detune is at 25. This envelope 1 has a bit of a pluck. The voicing is on mono because it is a lead sound. And then I have this portamento turned up to about 30, 40 milliseconds. And then I'm using the MG low 12 just to cut off some of that top end. And then throwing on another EQ in the effects just to cut off that low end. And let's check out the low saw. I believe this is the same. Yeah, the oscillator A's 4 voices of unison, envelope 1's the same. I think I cut off a little bit more of this top end though, using this filter. And then that's the same. That's the only difference in this lower saw wave. Those saw wave layers together sound like this. And now let's get down into the main lead sound. Here is that layer. That is the MIDI there. Now let's go ahead and break this down in Serum. We'll make this from scratch. Let me initialize this preset. I'll turn that voicing on to mono, turn on this portamento, raise it up to about 50 to 60 right there. Let's hear that. And for this oscillator A, let's do a digital Icon has kick, which gives it this wave table. I think it's like based off of a kick drum. And it's almost like if you loop a kick drum really, really fast, this is what it would sound like. I'm going to set this wavetable position to about 85, and then I'll lower the randomness because I'm only going to use 1 voice of unison. I'll add on the oscillator B and add 7 voices of unison to give this some width. Kind of like a width sound where I'm still maintaining that oscillator A, that like buzzy sound is more present than these saw wave. The saw wave on oscillator B, but it kind of gives it a bit more like width instead of sounding super mono. Now let's shape the envelope 1 to about here, give it a bit of a plucky sound. Envelope 2, I will eventually assign this to the filter, and let's make this decay really short and adjust this attack and release. And then envelope 3, I'm going to assign to the pitch, the master pitch. And that's going to give it this like plucky, really fast plucky sound. So let's go ahead and take down the attack and decay. Now let's turn on the MG low 24 filter and assign envelope 2 to this cutoff. And adjust this modulation. Make sure you turn on for A and B. Raise up the drive. And you can play around with the pluckiness by adjusting this envelope too. So let's start with that, and then envelope 3, I will go to the matrix. If you drag envelope 3 to the source, then this pops up, or you can just click on this drop down to get it to envelope 3. Then I will go to the global master tuning and raise up this amount. I'll set to like 25. And that gives the pitch like it goes up and down really fast and gives it that like pluck sound at the beginning. Now let's add on the effects. For the compressor, I will add on a multi-band compressor, and this will flatten out that sound and make it brighter. Then I'll add on some soft clip distortion. I'm setting the drive at about 84%. Then I'll EQ it, and I'm doing some heavy EQing just to get it to match how it sounds in the song. So I cut off a lot of that low end. Maybe I'll adjust this a bit, and then I will give it a boost around 800 hertz. Big boost, 10 dB of boost. You can hear the big difference that makes. Then this delay, I have the feedback set at 0% and the left and right 1/64th, and this is going to give it this like wide, like slapback delay. Really fast slapback delay, and I offset it this right side and gives it like a bit of a stereo feel. And then I will add on some hall reverb. Now let's play all those layers together one more time. The saw wave layers plus that main lead sound. I'll put this preset in my Patreon, and I'll put that link down below. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also please subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. And if you'd like to check out any of my Serum preset packs, head on over to store.samsmyers.com.